6 months grind on Warframe, and it's like, here's a quality of life slide.
Sorry, have to start by saying it's called Tenolive, not Soulive, so what did they honestly expect from that? Moving on to the Abyss of Dagath. Yes, we'll just jump straight into this. They did it later on, but let's be honest, this is what everybody wants to know first of all, so let's just jump straight into it. Knights of Neighbourus will be coming. They showed us new glyphs, new cosmetic things that Sister will be selling, which included a bat bandana that has arrows through it. It's a bit dark, but I love it. It's a little nicer than the new Cavum, I think it was called, Sentinel stuff. I still love that, but I think the Sandana kind of wins here. It's just funny to see the Sentinel wearing similar kind of things, but had a random kunai just stuck in its head. I loved that touch. We're going to ignore the new... Oh, go on then, I won't. The new Lotus skin. If you have got to a point where the Lotus has been unlocked and you can change skins on it, I was going to skip this because it is kind of spoilerish, but at the same time not, because I'm not mentioning how. Once upon a time during the Halloween events, you know, when they actually used to do Halloween events, we would have the Lotus, but kind of a vampire-based Lotus. Oh yes, that is a skin that we will be able to get this Knights of Neighbourus once this update comes out. Oh, I just, as soon as it popped up, and I just thought, we're going to be able to have that Lotus popping up in mission all the time? Hell yes. Then they confirmed the Abyss of Dagath is going to be update 34 with their 54th Warframe, obviously Dagath. Could say she's a bit of a light-headed frame. We won't be making that joke again, but she looks awesome. Her ultimate helmet kind of sticks to the same theme, and I don't know if I like that over her standard helmet because you don't really tend to see frames from the side that often while playing the game. Nice to see it there, absolutely love it, but her normal helmet may actually be the better of the two this time round. Her abilities are a little, I'm going to say, iffy. Her first ability, Scythe, is literally a radial scythe. They go out, they deal damage, and I'm so glad to see a first ability that literally deals damage in a radius. Mixed with her second ability, I believe it was called Doom. It's a cone in front that curses enemies, and what is it? They said it was called a Phantom Wraith curse. Basically means that, well, Scythe will deal more damage to enemies affected by it. Once a scythe appears above their head, it will do bonus damage and has the ability to spread to other enemies. There was talk later on of armor stripping and lots of other things, so starting to get really intrigued. Her third is Grave Spirit. If you die while it's active, then you will go to a Spectre Realm. You don't die, you will come back from that, but it does have a time limit, so you cannot spam it as soon as you come back. It grants a crit damage buff, which is quite funny because I didn't write that down correctly, which I'm assuming that is going to be ridiculously useful all of the time, because it's going to increase crit damage, so run crit-based weapons with Hirsch is going to be great, which we'll get onto in a second. They did mention 2 new melees coming in this update, but they kind of only mentioned one. The other one has nothing to do with her. Her ultimate, Recall Cavalry, well, seeing it cast really says it all. You send out a herd of Kith in front of you. They really didn't go too much else into it, saying that it's all to do with a storyline from Grandma and lots of other things, and yeah, I'm really kind of looking forward to how we're going to get her and lots of other things, because you're going to have to, from Syndicates, get the Abyssal Beacon from Syndicates. It's a map/key that allows you to do a new style extermination mission, is all they said, because they moved on to something else really quickly to get this new resource, which means she is behind a key, as kind of usual. Actually behind a key, you have to use standing to buy it, but Steel Path will give more of this new resource that you will need to build her. to get her parts isn't from where we expected for Grandmother. Oh no, there is a new dojo room, and this is going to be called her hollow, her cave, and her source point. You will get all of her parts in here, and fun fact, no research wait times for it, which is great. I'm so happy that they've finally done something like that. It means that you're going to be able to get her without the 3-day wait of collecting the resources first. Instant activation on this is going to be great, but then we have the little storyline to the side. This is where Grandmother will tell you the story of Dagath's backstory, is the best way that I can put this. They didn't play it. Luckily, I'm really glad they didn't. That would have kind of spoilt a lot, because Knights of Neighbourus will be live at the same time of this. It's going to be kind of Knights of Neighbourus themed and mixed, but also not, because this is going to still be around when Knights of Neighbourus end. They kind of showed her signature melee weapon, the Doorclave. It's a weird name, especially since they spelled door with 2 R's instead of 2 O's, but never mind. This is a new whipping blade. After 20 kills or assists, it doubles follow through and guarantees status on next hit. 20 kills seems a bit much, to be honest, but in all brutal honesty, I'm just glad they actually made a signature weapon and not a signature weapon skin. There is 3 new void shells coming, and all of this will be launching October the 18th. So Knights of Neighbourus, the Abyss of Dagath, 18th of October, which is great. I was hoping for early to mid. I will still take the 18th because that is still the middle of October. And then the kind of with Grendel Prime, yes, they did show they showed Grendel Prime a while ago at TennoCon last month, but they kind of confirmed he's coming in this with the... It'll be the first time they've done an update with 2 frames in quite some time. I want to say the first time, but I'm pretty sure they've released a frame with an actual update, seeing as this is update 34. The Mass Eater Prime will be coming, as will the Zylok Prime. These were already known. They just kind of confirmed will be coming October 18th. The quality of life stuff, to be fair, biggest thing I was looking forward to was the Sentinel rework, mainly down to the fact that they no longer die. They mentioned interactive mods, bonds as they put them, that offer you different ways to interact with them to get them to come back. Clones itself, headshots reduce recovery, they've enhanced health by around 50%. In general, that's not a mod, that is just something that they have done. Lots of other things that they have done to Sentinels. They will do a part 2, quote unquote, next year that will touch on abilities, but and to be honest, all the other changes are great and everything else. I'm just really glad they finally made it so Sentinels that don't perma-die. Then I have to mention it, even though I really kind of don't want to go too much into this in advance. There is the Hydroid rework. Yes, this is the biggest thing from Tenno Live that they mentioned. Everybody went absolutely crazy. I'll just kind of throw this back up on the screen while you're watching the little bit of gameplay. Yeah. It's basically going to be, they've changed his passive to be more usable. They've changed impact damage to corrosive and status, removed charge. Tidal Surge can be steered now. That one I'm looking forward to trying out. Undertow replaced with Plunder. Applies corrosive and strips armor. Could be very useful. I'm looking forward to Hydroid's rework, yes, but I'm not willing to sit and mention too much about it until we've actually had a chance to play with it in game. And then we'll kind of wrap this up with, yes, they mentioned coming on the 2nd of October, this coming Monday, QTCC, the Quest to Conquer Cancer in 2023 for Princess Margaret Trust, and same as it's been for the past 3 years, is coming, which means a new upcoming Vermilion floof. Yep, it was kind of sitting at the side for the whole thing, Well, actually, most of this footage, I do believe it was on the table because they mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. Yes, it's pink. It's supposed to be pink. It's pink every year. That's not a bad thing. I actually like the look of it. I thought it's going to look a bit weird in pink. It didn't. They did show the Conqueror armor. If they reach their goals, these will be rewarded to basically everybody in-game, because to unlock the rewards, it depends how much they actually raise, because Quest to Conquer Cancer is, of course, a charity drive. More on that when this comes out on Monday. That's going to be an interesting one. But even the wall art, the glyphs, do look really nice this year. There is, this year, something I didn't expect. There's a new UI, and the fact that you can change this for other colours and it still looks amazing. Looking forward to seeing what other rewards are going to be in their pool this year, to be honest. They will probably do the voting for what Floof's going to be next year. We'll still be buying that and doing the same as I do every year. It's just nice to see they're actually still doing this, even if they forgot to mention what's coming in November. They also did mention this, you know, new player experience, removal of the Mark 1 weapons. They're not being removed, they're being removed from the quest. They're still available in the marketplace where they have been for absolutely ages. Ooh, Cetus Wisps and Necromech acquisitions are being changed. I am looking forward to a lot of this as well, but it's not... The Universal Enemy Radar is the only thing I'm actually looking forward to from Update 34. We'll just have to see, given time, how they're actually going to do all this, but October 18th, Abyss of Dagath will be coming to all platforms. I'm actually, for the first time in probably this year, since everything else has been so delayed, by the time it's actually released, you kind of don't care anymore. I'm actually hyped for this because it's basically 3 weeks away. With that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.